Hi guys, it's your daily tarot reading for Friday the 4th of December 2020. Thanks for joining me. I'm using my deck again for today's reading, and I've been in touch with the publishers. They have printed 100 decks and they're being shipped as we speak. So I'll let you guys know when I have them and when I'm ready to put them on the website. So I'm excited about that. So watch this space. I'll let you know when I have more information on that, the actual dates and things. So let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of today and what the energy is about. So we've had loads of fire cards lately. It's been all systems go. Let's see what this day is like energy-wise and how you can make the most of it. First card, we've got the 8 of Cups. Okay. Then we have Strength. And the 6 of Cups. Very interesting. I've just got to tell you a story about the 8 of Cups because it's quite funny, as far as I'm concerned anyway. This card is about walking away from things which are really positive in your life. So here we've got security, we've got a nice house, then we've got a relationship, and here we've got a teddy bear, childhood, and all those things. So the 8 of Cups is having all these positive things in your life, but still somehow feeling unfulfilled internally and feeling like there's more and feeling like there's some sort of purpose out there for you that you need to pursue and follow. In the regular tarot, it's 8 cups at the front and someone dressed in red kind of walking away from those 8 cups. I've decided to put this in blue because it really comes from within. It's an emotional state that you don't really question, and it kind of gnaws at you and says, okay, it seems picture perfect, the house, the relationship, the teddy bear, the connection with childhood, but something just isn't right. And when we were first designing this card, the funny thing is that we put the house in the relationship, but the artist also put a baby there where the teddy bear was, and it looked like this woman was abandoning her child, and that was too much. So we had to change it to a teddy bear. It looked really just too brutal. We couldn't do it. I change it to the teddy bear. Hopefully that shows the association with childhood things and security, which is what that was about. It's this life that you thought you were going to have and that no longer works for you. And it may be heartbreaking, but sometimes you do have to walk away from things if your heart tells you that, yeah, it may look great on the surface, but you're dissatisfied within. So then we have all these coins here. That's also a representation of the uncertainty in a practical sense of what the future is going to be like. So the money's been there to pay the bills for the house, the taxes, the electric bill, all of that stuff. And if she walks away from all of that, she is not quite certain whether she's going to be able to bring that kind of security and abundance back into her life. But even though the uncertainty is there, the feelings outweigh that uncertainty, and she's going to have to walk away regardless of whether she knows she's going to be able to recoup this or whether the future looks better or not. She has to be honest with herself. So this is a day where you're really going to be in touch with your feelings. You're going to feel that the way you perceive things is important, and it is. And it's okay if other people don't understand you all the time or they don't understand why you're doing certain things. So with that said, the emotional strength is there to make difficult decisions, but expect a little bit of conflict when you follow your heart like that, because other people aren't always going to understand that. I mean, imagine this situation where she's walking away from a relationship. If he thinks everything is fab and wonderful and she suddenly says, okay, bye, I've got to go, then he's going to be a little bit perplexed, to say the least, and devastated. Why is this not worked out? So what's also in the card is that this explanation part of things, trying to get other people to understand why you're doing things, isn't always an option. Sometimes other people don't understand what you're doing, or they can't put themselves in your shoes, or sometimes they don't want to understand what you're doing if it's inconvenient or upsetting to them. And at times it can even be that that discomfort results in you being controlled. So there's no risk of that today. You're not going to be controlled. You're really certain of how you feel and what you need to do. Bear in mind also that it's okay to be certain of what you're doing, but it doesn't mean that you have to be cruel about it. I mean, you don't have to explain every motivation behind what it is you're doing, but it's okay if someone doesn't see your side. You don't have to throw away your plans if someone else doesn't quite get it. The next card is the Strength card. And sometimes we have real self-doubt and it feels like it's overwhelming and the mind is just a ball of barbed wire and it's uncomfortable and it's filled with anxiety. You're not alone in that. You can always reach out to something bigger, which is going to support you and which is going to say, regardless of whether it makes sense or whether you understand everything that's going on in your life, let's bypass the head and let's go straight to the heart and look at what's going on there, and let's give you the strength to bypass all the analysis and the trying to figure it out on an intellectual level. And let's just be honest with who you are and let's support you in that. So this is unconditional support from the universe. And if you don't have the strength to do things for yourself all the time, you're able to appeal to something good. You know that I often talk about spirituality and a higher power and the higher self and the universe and things, but it can be as simple as believing that there's some good in the world and that you can be happy, and that if things are difficult right now, it does not mean that things are going to be difficult in future. And uncertainty and anxiety and a feeling of being overwhelmed is okay, because you're not by yourself. So if you don't have other people supporting you, especially if you don't have other people understanding your actions and they think, what is she doing now? Has she lost her mind? That is really, really difficult, especially when you rely on other people to support you, to give you approval and to give you strength. And if no one in your life really gets who you are and what you need to do or what you feel has to be done, then of course you're not going to be able to get their support in those situations. And that's where this belief in something good or a future that really supports you and nurtures you, that's where this comes in, and you're given the strength to continue even if it doesn't all make sense. Because sometimes we don't make sense to ourselves, right? How can we expect other people to understand us when we don't even know what's going on internally and when it feels like this? Then we've got the Six of Cups, and I love this card. It's really about a soulmate connection. We've got mother and child there, and she is presenting the child with this apple rather than eating it herself. She is all about giving the best parts of her to someone else and being there for this other person and being supportive and having someone in her life who she would do anything for. She's the apple of her eye, okay? She would give anything that she could, her last bit of strength, to really help and support this person that she loves. And I mean vice versa. The daughter is going to love her mother beyond anything. And we've got all these beautiful flowers and this beautiful scene at the back, because this is something that really brings joy and a sense of good and love and flourishing and beauty into your life. And it's not about the flowers, it's not about the apple, it's not about them being beautiful or the environment being beautiful. It's the connection they have that's really, really beautiful. And if you settle for something that you know doesn't work and you just put up with it and you say, oh, you know, this doesn't really work, I don't really love this person, but I'll go through the motions, I don't feel secure, and this is just a big burden, I will just fake it, then you're really doing yourself a disservice, because the cards here are saying today, if you make the difficult step to be authentic and be honest about what it is you're feeling, and if you're lacking the strength, you appeal to something good out there to help you, then you're in a position where you can experience true connection. You don't have to fake it anymore. You don't have to just go through the motions, and every time you do that, you die a little bit inside more and more and more. So it's a nice combination. The cards are saying that it's okay not to be 100% fulfilled. And is that reasonable? Are you going to be super fulfilled with situations all the time? Of course not. Not everything's going to go your way every second of every day. But there is a point where you have to kind of look at yourself and say, this doesn't satisfy me at all. More than 50% of the time, I am not happy in this house. I am not feeling like I can connect with my true self. And that's the point where this difficult decision kind of becomes more urgent. And on this day, you're able to get help and to take the action that you don't want to take, because you have to put your whole life in upheaval and throw everything up in the air. And no one likes to do that. If you decide to take this step to really honor yourself and what you're feeling, then there's this huge potential that you're starting a journey which leads to this place of total connection and unconditional love, and feeling like the things that you pour your energy into are worthwhile, and they're life-affirming, and they're good, and they feed your soul, and you help other people in the process. So if you're someone who's been kind of ho-humming about a decision that you need to make or that you want to make, but it's just seemed impossible, by looking at that again today, you will find the strength to kind of realize that there is hope for the future. You don't have to repeat the patterns of the past. That you can do something for yourself which really changes the dynamic and raises your frequency. Because when you take this step for yourself, this is an investment in yourself. And when you take that step, the universe recognizes that and says, wow, this person really is living their life to the max. They're doing everything they can. Circumstances are going to come their way naturally that present them with connection and with meaning and with a sense of purpose. So this is great. It's really about strength coming from within, and really being able to pool your resources to get yourself out of a situation that may feel incredibly isolating, and you may feel you're all alone in this. And you're not alone. You've got support. You've got infinite support at all times, so you can receive that comfort from the universe at any time you need it. That gives you strength, and it really gives you the opportunity to live a life that fulfills you, and that feels like you're living with integrity. And then you can be proud of yourself and experience the best things the world has to offer. So number-wise, we've got 8 and another 8. So 8 in numerology is power. So you really have power to stand in your own convictions. 8 and 8 is 16. And 6, a temporary opportunity, is 22. Wow. 22 is the master number of the builder. And by investing in yourself today, you can really build a whole new life that is really authentic. And what I don't know if I'm expressing that very well, but authentic, I mean, it's not something that you're putting on a front, or you're doing something because you ought to, or because you think you should, or because other people have said so. It's because you've made the decision, you've taken a risk, and it really pays off for you. So I hope that encourages you. These kind of energies are huge opportunities, but they don't always feel easy. And it's a wonderful opportunity that you can take, especially if you feel stuck in your life. So have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. I'll keep you posted on the cards when I know more. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a fabulous Friday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.